I've been making these scones for a long time. This is an old recipe and it's courtesy of the Country Women's Association. The scones are really simple to make and you can have them on the table in just 30 minutes. They are absolutely delicious, served fresh from the oven, and you can serve them any way you please, but a crowd favourite is always jam and lashings of cream. To begin, sift 4 cups of self-raising flour into a bowl, or substitute 4 cups of plain flour and 8 teaspoons of baking powder. Add a good pinch of salt, 1 teaspoon of sugar, then measure 300 ml of milk and 300 ml of cream. Pour the milk and cream into the flour mixture and just mix lightly, just until the mixture is combined. Scones don't like being overmixed, and a good scone batter is one that is wet and sticky, so you may need to add either a bit more cream or milk. Today I needed to add a bit more liquid, so I added a good splash of cream. Tip the scone batter onto a lightly floured surface, sprinkle a little flour over the top and form a circle about 1 inch high, patting the sides and the top. Using a sharp cutter, and I'm using my new scone cutter, cut the scones into rounds, just a straight up and down sharp cut, no twisting. This motion helps with the rise. I'm usually left with a scraggly bit which I just press into the scone cutter to shape. Place the scones on a paper-lined baking tray, making sure they touch each other, which also helps them rise. I like to brush the tops with some cream, however you can use milk if you prefer. Place the scones in a preheated oven of 200 degrees Celsius, which is 400 degrees Fahrenheit, for between 15 to 20 minutes, depending on your oven and depending on the size of the scones. If they spring back slightly when pressed, they're ready. When cool enough to handle, transfer to a wire rack. Try to ease them apart with your fingers, however you may need to use a butter knife to separate. Slice and enjoy with butter or jam and cream. Although these scones reheat well the next day or two in the microwave, scones always taste the best when they're fresh. So if you only want to make half a batch, I'll post the recipe for a full batch and a half a batch in the description of this video. Thanks so much for watching. Hopefully I'll see you again soon.